Hello everybody, welcome to DIY, the show where we talk about the ideas, ethics, and morals behind doing it yourself. So each week, me, Andrew Lowry, I sit down with a couple of guests, and we talk about why they choose to do it themselves, and why it's better than everything else. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome you all to DIY! It's time for DIY. I say it is time. Why? It's time for DIY. Welcome everybody. My name is Andrew Lowry, your fearless leader here on DIY, the mother flippin' show. We've been off for 2 weeks. I've missed you all. I hope you've missed me as much as I've missed you. But, last episode we did a show about wrestling. Wrestling! I got real tough wrestling. Carby knows what's up, so you do wrestling. But either way, so last week it gave me a lot of energy, gave me a lot of ideas for the show. One thing I want to bring to the table, I want to start calling people out. I'm going to start saying how I feel, slamming my fist. I'm sorry, Will, I hit the mics, but I'm slamming my fist. I got energy. Professor Xavier fell over. But I want to start yelling at you guys. I want to start talking to you, giving you real advice. So one thing I hear a lot and I see a lot, all of us millennials, we're dreamers. We look at the stars. We think we're all going to be famous, whatever. So we all got big ambitions. We all got big dreams, big ideals. I have those as well. Look at me here. This is all I planned this. My friends, I talked them into it. It's weird. I don't know. I kind of had a blood deal going. Whatever. Either way, for the past 5-6 years, I have not had a laptop. This is an honest truth telling I'm doing right now. I'm admitting something. I have not had a computer for about 6 years, and I've done neither of you. Me and Carbia, man, I've done everything you see before you. Any bands I've been in, any shows I've booked, has all been through my cell phone for the past 6 years. So, a lot with this show too, we didn't have everything we needed starting out. So basically what I'm trying to say to you, if you have an idea and you have a way to do it and you have a concept in your head, you can attain it. Just get the legs up under the table, and it's a little wobbly for a bit, but eventually you can go to the store, buy some nails, tap them back in, and you got a table for you. So that's my advice to you off the top. If my rant is weird or anything, that's just what I'm saying. That's how I feel today. So either way, after that, I want to tell you, so I'm talking about calling people out. We're talking about building something from the ground up. And that really ties into this week's topic. So this week's topic is food and farming. So what we're going to be talking about today is, everything from growing your own food to using food to make art, or, using reused items in order to make something new. So I have a couple of guests with me on the show today. We're going to talk about that a little later. Also on the show, I have band Snowhaus from Western Mass. I love them. They're so awesome. They're going to kill it. You're going to love it. That's what we got on the show today. It's a pretty good show. I've been missing you. I hope you miss me. If you're watching right now, get us at the chat box. Let us know what you're thinking. This week's question I'm asking everybody, what's your favorite food? I want to know. Hit us up in the chat box. Tell us your favorite food. I want to know. We'll talk about it here. I'll say your name and your favorite kind of food to the whole TV audience we got. It's going to be great. But yeah. So either way, back on the show, absent last week, our good friend, Sonny Jim. Mr. Jim, welcome back, buddy. How you doing? Yeah. There we go. Round of applause. Sonny Jim, solo shit kicker. So Jim, what's been going on? We missed you last episode. How you been?
I've been okay. I bought a new shirt.
Yeah. You want to raise your mic a little bit, buddy?
No.
Yeah. Talking to your mic, please. So you've been growing a beard. Obviously, it looks a lot better.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you don't have a beard. So what do you think about my rant, Jim? How do you feel about my rant?
It was okay. I think you need to maybe take a few cues from the rant master, Alex Jones.
Okay.
Maybe break something and say something.
I need to rip my shirt off, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
You want my shirt off, Carbia?
I take it back. Do what you feel, man.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. But yeah, so I was I red enough in the face, do you think?
Not nearly.
You
definitely use a little more sweat.
Yeah, I try to get less sweaty on this show. More rays. Cold-blooded. So Jim, each week on the show we get the words of Jimdom. Last week I didn't have any. I missed out on them. So excuse me, Jim, can I ask you, what are the words of Jimdom for today?
Well, today it's a question
that
I think we should all seriously consider if we want to grow and prosper as beings and become spiritually enlightened. And I've been thinking about it all week, and what if the hokey pokey really is what it's all about?
Wow. Jeez. I've never thought about it in that way. I take the hokey pokey for granted.
You should take it a little more seriously, I think.
I agree. So that's the words of Jimdom for today. Hokey pokey. That's what it's all about. We're going to go to a quick cutaway, and when we come back, I'm going to have some guests. We're going to talk to them. You're watching DIY, the show. Jim, you want to just scraggle on the guitar? Garbia, say we'll be right back.
We'll be right bloody back.
As long as, you know. Whoa. Yeah?
20. Well, I want to get 18, but Lewis is 17. 16.
I think it's sort of a scumbag. Yeah, it's
14.
But I mean, on the whole, Lewis
13.
It's pretty wild.
12. 11. Consistent.
He is. What are you positing here?
I'm positing that
7.
much as aliens are responsible for the
6.
pyramids and our
5.
other large architectural
4.
wonders through the ages,
3.
perhaps the aliens also
2.
bestowed us with this
1.
enormous art.
I think we'll have to leave it up to the viewers to decide. Although I'm not really sure how they're going to counter that just airtight line of reasoning, which is that.
It's impenetrable, really.
Yeah. Sorry. Final thought here, Lou. You said this is an 8 out of 10 stars for this arch, and tell me why.
So, really big, really impressive, nice curvature. However, I think if it had a matte lens instead of the glossy lamp, you wouldn't have the problem where
Yeah,
able
oh,
to
yeah.
capture.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's really captured on film, but
It's very
where the
bright,
light
it's
is
hard to
hitting
look
it,
at.
It just, you look
Yeah.
up and instantly you're like, oh, daggers in my
It
eyes.
doesn't really get
That's
caught
so
in the video, but that's, you know,
It's painful. It is
Yeah,
rather painful.
sure.
With the matte lamp, you don't get that. It's subdued.
So there you go. So if they're trying to up their Yelp or whatever, they should just
Give this whole thing a new coating, a new life, really, for the arch. I
Great.
think,
Okay, just to clarify, so the Gateway Arch is the gateway to the west, and it's sort of commemorating America's westward expansion, which is another way of saying that it's commemorating like colonialism and genocide and all this horrible stuff. So it's weird. It's like the Jefferson National Expansion Memorial, I think is the full name of the park.
Yes.
Very uncomfortable. Yeah.
She takes me places that I've never been. She takes me to the spaces in between. But one day she gets in the car and screams, we could go to dark places, dark places. Not sure that that's the way I wanna go. Not sure that that's the road I wanna hoe. I've got a few good years ahead of me, at least when I am speaking optimistically. Not sure I want to spend them going to see all of those dark places, dark places. Something's in the air, wait for me. You're the only one who cares, wait for me. The light up on the future casts the shadows of tomorrow. I'll be coming home, wait for me. She can make me so unsure of myself, but I'm not sure I'd rather be anywhere else. And although I may never know her well, it's not terribly hard for me to tell. It's good intentions on the road to hell. Stay away from dark places, dark places, dark places. Something's in the air, wait for me. You're the only one who cares, wait for me. Oh, the light up on the future casts the shadows of tomorrow. I'll be coming home, wait for me. She says, what'd you do to make the time go the only one who cares. Wait for me. Oh, the light upon the future casts the shadows of tomorrow. I'll be coming home. Wait for me. Coming home. Wait for me. I'll be coming home. Wait for me.
Hey everybody, welcome back to DIY the show. We're back from break. Oh, thanks Jim, thanks. So we're back from break, everybody. That was, so first the video you saw was our good friend James Ikeda as well as Lewis Rowe. They are, James does all the booking for the show, all the bands you see here, it's all him. He helps us out with that. He's on tour right now, gave us a little tour update. After that is one of my favorite bands out in LA, Werner Herzog. Great. They just came out with an album. It's on Spotify, on the internet. Go look them up. Great music. But after all of that, we're back here. I didn't get time to talk to my good pal Carbia. So Carbia, what's going on, buddy? How you been?
Not half bad ever since 2 weeks ago, for sure.
Yeah, I know. You had a couple weeks off. What'd you do with the time off? Anything fun?
More than you could possibly imagine.
I
mean, not to mention, remember that season finale I was talking about?
Yeah, you're...
Dark Horse God Blades of Vengeance, yeah. I had it, remember that clip that I recorded?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually threw that in at the
from Blow,
yeah.
From the wrestling from last
yeah,
week.
yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, shout out to Mac, by the way.
Yeah, shout out Heather Mack. We love you.
And speaking of Boomer City, huge shout out to not just Ikeda himself, but also to Ro, Enos,
Ro, Kita, all the Bummer City crew.
Bracket.
We love you. Yeah, there you go. So I wanted to ask you, we're talking about food today. So Carbia, what's your favorite food?
I'm pretty much in meat territory myself.
Meat, just straight meat. Raw or cooked?
Definitely the latter.
The latter, okay.
I mean, I've gone vegan maybe a few times.
Okay.
I mean, I'm no Todd Ingram, but.
Do you do? Are you a medium rare? How do you get your steak cooked? Or your burgers?
At least well done for sure.
You're a well done guy. Fair enough.
None of that.
Each their own. But so what we got going on the games back here? What are we playing today?
Oh, freaking Yo-Noid just got my ass handed to me. It's based on a very ill-fated Domino's Pizza mascot.
The Noid. Avoid the Noid, everybody.
For sure, yeah.
If you don't remember it, Google it. You'll be cool.
Not to mention he had a cameo on Family Guy.
Family Guy. That's
sure.
relevant, right?
Yeah,
so,
also Spot and Chester Cheetah as well.
Spot and Chester Cheetah. So we'll be watching Carbia play all the great food video games behind my head. And as well, always check out Hardcore Retro God.
Yeah, my next one's going to be like a 30th anniversary Mega Palooza, which I'll be covering Mega Man.
Mega Man. Everybody loves Mega Man. Yeah. Boo-boo.
Thumbs up for Capcom.
Thumbs up for Capcom. So we're here on the show, and I'd be remiss if I didn't introduce you to my great guests over here. So to the right of me, I have our guest for the day. We're talking about food and farming, remember? So thank you both for coming in. I appreciate it. Let's get a round of applause, everybody. Can we clap in here?
Madam Kumaki, all hail.
All hail, all hail. So, how are we both doing today? To my right, we have Mr.
Alex.
So Alex, musician, and we've known each other a long time now. We're both from Connecticut, come up in similar scenes. So what's going on with you right now? What kind of projects you working on?
Focusing mainly on solo stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, unfortunately, Rusty Things we love.
Yes,
but...
we're on a breakup, maybe hiatus thing. We'll see where that goes. But for now, yeah, focusing on the solo stuff.
Well, you got anything coming out? We'd love to have it on.
I've been working on it, so I'll be in touch.
Look forward to it. So I brought you on not only because you're an amazing musician and a super nice guy, but I also brought you on because you do something very interesting to me. You started doing your own. I mean, you've been doing this for how long now?
My whole life.
Your whole life you've been doing this.
Technically, you could call it fourth generation.
Fourth generation. So Alex is a beekeeper, apiarist, whatever you want to call it. That's the more professional term.
I'm not a stickler for terminology.
You're not a stickler for terminology. Fair enough. But either way, so tell me a little bit about how you got into, apiaries, and like you said, it's a family thing.
Yeah, well, like my great-grandfather used to do it over in Europe. Then when the family came over in the 40s or whatever, just kept it going. My grandfather didn't really want anything to do with it, but my dad was really into it. So he's been doing it his whole life, and then, it's been my whole life. So
well, that's cool, and especially like raising bees is like one of the big problems out there. Like if we don't have bees to pollinate, you're the one creating them. So that's great. I appreciate you. Thanks so much for coming in, Alex. So we got a little bit of video later. We'll show. Have some fun. So next to you we have...
I'm Elizabeth.
Elizabeth!
Madam Liz!
Thank you so much for coming on. How are you today?
I'm great.
Yeah, so you're just crocheting. I love it. You making... What are we making?
I'm making a sweater right now.
Sweater. There we go.
Sleeve.
Yeah, so Elizabeth also has, if you look behind us, all of our featured fabric art. That's the kind of...
Yeah, fabric art, fiber
So we have fiber art over here as well, all over. This is all Elizabeth's designs, made by hand. So why don't you tell us a little bit about this stuff?
Jeez, it's
It's
variety of stuff that I've made for different occasions. Like the monster bag I made specifically for festivals because you can't just open it from behind. It's not like one of those string bags where stuff falls out.
smart.
Pretty much everything here is made from recycled materials except for the skirt all the way over on the side, which is just something that I did as a crochet project because I made the pattern. But almost everything else was like thrifted or was already damaged in some way, and I made it into something new. Like the bleach sweatshirt was covered in bleach, and so like I
love
added
it.
more bleach.
And it looks like clouds, and
Yeah.
I love it. I love so this crochet top. Is that very hot? Can I just ask that question?
It's actually not because it's cotton, so
Oh,
it
okay.
breathes pretty well.
Breathes.
And that was
Cotton
actually
breathes.
also made entirely with recycled yarn, which I got at Urban Renewals in Alston.
See, that's great. We're talking about sustainability.
Yep.
That's the kind of stuff I want to get into. So, Elizabeth, for you, how did you kind of sort of get involved in either fiber art or anything else relating to this?
I guess I've just like always been kind of interested in recycling and crafts in general, and so this was just sort of like a natural progression because I figured out that I wasn't so bad at doing this, and I didn't feel like it was a terrible thing to be doing all the time, and so
Yeah.
I would find myself with like huge scarves and things.
Wow.
And so I decided to make something more useful. I
Yeah.
guess. Like.
See, when I'm bored, I do this. I fidget. And that would be way better. So
This is fidgeting too.
that is
in a lot
fidgeting.
of
That's
ways,
the original fidget crocheter. I don't know. The
Yeah, my
fidget
grandmother
needles.
crochets, and that's her fidget.
See, you'll have to show me a little bit later in the show. Maybe,
Yeah, definitely.
maybe
Or
I'll
you
get
can come
private.
take one of my classes at the Corner Art Room in Brighton.
Ah, there we go. Promote that stuff.
Yep.
We love promotion here. So getting more into the conversation, what are some of either of yours favorite aspects when it comes to the different, the thing you're doing? And do you feel like it's unique in any sort of? I mean, obviously you're raising bees.
Yeah.
So what are some of what are some of the more crazy things that you have to sort of deal with in raising bees?
Like yesterday, I got stung 3 times in the neck
You got stung 3 times.
Neck.
and 1 in the ankle. That was because I was mowing the lawn too close to him. That's on me. But
Yeah.
I mean, you've got 100,000 bees flying around you when you're trying to work, and it's sweaty and hot and everything, and they're insects, so you gotta try to make them do what you want. So
That's crazy. See, I'm terrified of bees. I'm terrified of most things in general. I'm easily startled. So I feel like I would come into your yard and be like, nope, 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 nope. You just hear that humming. Can you hear it from like the front yard or?
not so much, but you see them because the way the sun hits, you see them
Yeah.
flying
Flying
crazy,
back and
especially now
forth.
that we've got 5 hives now.
Wow.
It's just constantly. you
And
see it.
so how many would you say is in one hive?
In one hive, it depends on the time of the year, but you can get like around now,
Yeah.
like the peak of the season, you can get between 80 to 100,000 in one hive.
100,000 bees. So if I have anybody I hate, can I ask for a bag of bees to mail to someone? Do you ship bees?
That could be an interesting.
That's our new
venture.
business venture, dude.
I never thought about.
We
doing
got
that.
it. I'm in. So Elizabeth, how about you? What is your sort of favorite aspect of repurposing? I mean, maybe is it the finding something new?
I like a lot of the finding something new. I also really like making things out of trash. Like you'll see a little later when we do
Yeah.
our sprout segment. I made some stuff that I'll be working with entirely out of trash,
Mhm.
and it looks like it's not trash, which
Yeah.
is really my thing. Like,
That's awesome. See, for me, it's like, I lived in Alston for like 7 years.
Yep.
And Alston is trash city, baby.
Absolutely.
When I moved in, I lived on the end of Linden Street, which if you guys don't know, go to the
Perfect.
end of Linden Street. It's literally just like the butthole of Alston where all the garbage blows from the rest of it and winds up there. And when I moved in September 1st, there was mattresses with bed bugs spray painted on it.
Yep.
And then there was also spray painted all down the road, just trash street. So I embraced the trash, and we were talking about your segment we're going to do later,
Yes.
and it's perfect for the apocalypse. So, I mean, we're close.
I'm totally ready for the
We're totally ready for the
Aren't
apocalypse.
we all?
Are we all? We're
Half
gonna
the tables
Straight
in
up,
my
this is
apartment
we're
the
gonna
end.
we're gonna
Christmas.
teach you guys how to repurpose stuff. It's gonna be great.
Like, and this is the end.
There you go. So I wanted to ask you guys a little bit of a fluff question. I asked Carby here. What's your guys' favorite food?
Well, I mean, I'm a big pizza fan, but I'd have to pick the margarita pizza.
Margarita pizza, classic, enjoyable. I myself am lactose intolerant, so I do no longer enjoy. And I also got food poisoning from pizza. But
It's disheartening.
I would still eat that. Good. You heard Pee-Pee's is up here, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
We just got a new one right in Waterbury where
They
I.
franchised out, man. Sellouts.
Oh,
Elizabeth,
stop
how about
questioning
you? What's
myself.
your favorite?
So I feel like just in the real world, not
Yeah.
here in TV land, I'd probably have a pretty aggressive answer to someone asking me my favorite food because, like, how can you have just one favorite food?
That's true.
Because, like, I really want to eat every food all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm definitely the sort of person who will order from 2 different places in one night because I
Yeah.
couldn't pick.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I don't know. Like, I think all food is really great, and I think it was just good plan, good idea. Like, good job, humanity.
Combo platters.
Yeah.
Any buffets.
Yep.
Just a buffet.
Yep. Cooking
Catch
was just a
Elizabeth at a
really good
buffet.
idea.
Straight up Shoney's
Yeah.
stuff.
Shoney's, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
What is my favorite food? I like sandwiches. Number one, because there you go.
Yeah,
It
because
be
you can have anything on a sandwich.
And if I just put bread on whatever I want, it's sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Anything.
Or roll.
Or a roll.
So is a
Samosa.
hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Gotta
can't-
have
If
an
the
opinion
bun
on that
splits
nowadays.
and like ketchup is getting through, then it's a sandwich. That's
Okay.
my qualifier.
I've made a sandwich with sliced hot
So then
dogs,
is a
that
Subway
I'd say
sandwich not
but
a
like in
sandwich?
bun.
Like single sliced.
That's structural anarchy.
That is structural anarchy here. Hey guys, so yeah, we got your favorite foods all set and all that
your
stuff,
ramen,
but
by the
I
way.
think we should go to more cutaways. We got another couple of cutaways queued up, so we're gonna go to those, and when we come back, I got a lot more talk for you. I'm gonna be sitting with Elizabeth, and we're gonna show you how to make some cool plants out of some ordinary stuff you find about your house. So we'll be right back.
Oh, by the way, ramen, honorable mention.
But the last page, you open it up, and then there's 2 big fold-outs on the end, and you fold it out, and there's Vader and Luke, and they got lightsabers, and the lightsabers are like this little plastic thing. They light up, and it's the sickest fucking thing.
Yeah, he is Rolf.
Back.
Oh,
Okay,
hey, we're back on the show, everybody. We're back here on DIY the show. That was a music video from Rusty Things, which Alex, used to be in, as well as we have an animation from our very own Fred Kelly. He's in the studio, hanging there, little boy over there, looking all cute, smiling. So either way, we're back here on the show. I'm sitting here with Elizabeth. Elizabeth, what's going on?
So we got a lot of Sprout stuff.
Sprouts.
here.
You feeling sprouty out there in DIY land? So can we get a close up of this stuff here? We'll tilt it up a little
show
bit.
some of these things.
Tilt it up. So we have Sprouts, Sprout City.
You were talking earlier about the apocalypse.
Yes.
This is the number one thing I would suggest for people to learn for the apocalypse, because this is 100% doable in an Alston apartment that is halfway through moving right now, which means that anyone can do it. So what I did to grow these sprouts is that I took some regular terrible plastic bags and cut it into strips, made it into a ball, and then spun them on a spindle, like Sleeping Beauty style, to get this plastic thread that I then crocheted into these baskets, which is like, you saw me doing that earlier. And for this is just a big old tub of cheese balls.
Nice.
So basically, the way that people normally grow sprouts is that they'll take a jar that has a special lid on it so that the water can filter out, and you just fill it with seeds, soak them overnight, pour out the water, and then just water them a couple of times a day so that there's water running over them, but they don't sit in the water. And so for this, I did it kind of supersized. I took a jar of cheese balls, and then this is just the bag that some onions came in.
Nice,
so,
onion bag, very useful.
So 100% recycled. And inside of here now I have a ton of mung bean sprouts, which are just
mung beans.
They're the kind of bean
So if
sprouts
you watch The
get.
Office,
Yeah.
Creed loves them, mung beans.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she said.
And these are also just like the classic bean sprouts that you get if you buy something labeled as bean sprouts, like at the grocery store. Like, that's these. And they're so easy to make. Like, this much bean sprouts, this is 2 like huge bowls of it, was less than $1.
And you just grow them on paper towels, correct?
Yep. Like, actually, these I just grew straight in here. Like,
Straight
I just
in the can?
Yep, straight in the thing of the cheese balls. And
Do
then
they taste like cheese balls?
no, not at all. I could work on that though.
Yeah,
like
infused.
maybe
That's how
make
you
a
make
cheese ball dressing.
infusions. Cheese ball dressing.
Yeah, but so with these sprouts, these are mustard seeds, and all I did was crocheted those baskets, like same kind of style
So
of crocheting.
this
I
is
was doing.
crocheted, if you can see. This is plastic bags
Yep.
crocheted into a basket. That's awesome.
And then all you have to do to grow the sprouts in those is just put in the seeds, run water over them a couple times a day, and that's literally
That's it?
Yep. Like, they're just hanging out in my kitchen with all the dirty dishes that I still haven't done because I got my act together to do this, but
Yeah.
still, dirty dishes in the
Hey,
sink.
so like you're saying, this is great for the apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
I see that this is all reusable stuff. I really feel with global warming and North Korea and everything else going on. I'm not getting too political, am I, guys? Leave us a message in the chat box on YouTube, But either way, it's like, this is really, really like ingenuity and like DIY at its best. I mean, take a plastic bag. There's so many on your street. Why don't you do this? So you're making us a nice dip,
Yeah,
would you say?
just like it's kind of like a salsa, because a lot of people eat sprouts like as a punishment for themselves, where it's just like, oh, I'm gonna eat some green
I
healthy
never
things.
eat sprouts, I will be honest.
See,
Neither do
because
I.
It sounds like such a punishing thing to do, and so I'm kind of doing it like salsa style today. We're just gonna eat them off of tortilla chips.
There
like,
we
eat
go.
a
It's
regular
like a
snack.
party.
So
So we have some other items here with you as well.
Yeah.
I feel really cool. I'm doing a cooking segment on the show. This is awesome.
Right? Like,
For
this is
sure,
crazy.
man. Move over, Emerald.
This
Yeah,
is
I'm
real.
doing a cooking
Do you
segment.
feel which celebrity chef do you feel like right now?
Oh man, I have so many celebrity chef like life crushes in general, but I don't know. Like, I got a shout out to Dave Chang because he kind of
Dave
made
Chang.
like.
Oh, and Emerald.
modern-
There you
Oh
go.
yeah,
Emerald.
Emerald. I
Carly
actually
likes
met
Emerald.
Emerald when I was a little kid.
There you go.
Which was awesome.
Gordon
Like,
Ramsay's
he's a
my
super
hero.
nice
Any
guy.
longtime viewers of the show know I love Gordon Ramsay.
Move your ass!
You like Gordon Ramsay too, Chris O'Grady? Behind the camera? Maybe I shouldn't address you from behind the camera.
Move your ass!
So yes, we got the
other stuff
sprouts
that I
here.
got here. Yeah, so that's the sprouts that I grew in my apartment.
Okay.
The other thing I got here is just some green onions, which you can also totally grow in your apartment, but I didn't want to have to do a whole chopping thing here,
Yeah,
so I just
fair.
got them chopped
Much
up already.
appreciated for the
They're-
prep.
Yeah, they're super easy to just grow like in basically a water bottle with some dirt in it, or you can even grow them in a cup of water and they'll grow greens back like for a couple of weeks before they start to wilt. So
we mix in the green onions.
yeah. So my theory for like just a salad dressing in general is you need something kind of salty,
Yep.
something kind of sour, and then something like oily or toasty.
There you go.
And so here I've got rice vinegar, soy sauce, and sesame oil. And we're just gonna splash a little bit of those onto these, and then that will be really it. You can eat this as a salad. You can throw it like on top of things that you want to make healthier, like whether that's like putting it in like a pasta salad or like putting it on like some kind of bowl. You know, people do a lot of bowls these days.
Quinoa.
Yeah,
Put some quinoa in there.
Yeah, you can sprout quinoa too if you want to get really crazy.
Do a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because you can sprout pretty much any kind of bean, seed, grain, as long as it's still in its whole form. Like you can't sprout white rice because it's had the outside taken off.
Understood.
But like any regular seed or nut you find in the grocery store, like even almonds, like you can sprout. Like I don't know if you've heard about activated almonds on the internet. Yeah, people are activating their almonds by soaking them in water, and that's really just like the beginning stages of sprouting.
Very cool.
And so I highly recommend it if you think that you can't have a garden, because I live in the worst place for having a garden. I have barely any land.
All of us live in tiny apartments.
Yeah.
We live in Boston. Every apartment is tiny, and this is a great thing. You can grow this inside your house. You know what I'm going to do, Elizabeth? I'm going to leave this over here with you. You hold on to this mic. You keep making us some dressing. Let's do that awkward song, Jim.
Yeah.
I'm going to awkwardly walk across the room now. All right, we're back. How awkward was that? Scale of 1 to 10, internet. I don't know.
Yeah,
So Elizabeth is going to come back over in just a second. She'll sneak in slowly with her glorious dip, but I wanted to get back into the conversation. We're back here with Alex, as well as my other friend, Penny. How are you doing, Penny?
I'm fine. How about you?
Good. So, Penny, I brought you on because, number one, you're an amazing stand-up comic. Number two, you also give out great dating advice. So I think that you're an expert.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So our viewers here, you know, we got a lot of weirdos. We got a lot of strangers. Some of them like food. Some of them don't like food. Some of them date. Some of them don't date. Whatever it is, I think we can combine those today. So Penny, you got any good, like, just starting out little tips? What's a little nugget of advice you got for food related or just dating in general?
Oh God, I don't know if food and sex could be related.
Okay, all right.
But I guess don't eat during sex. Like, don't do a George Costanza, basically.
Okay, like the chicken wing from around the
Yeah,
corner.
it was like the pastrami.
Listen to the game.
Yeah. If there is any food that would be acceptable to eat during sex, what do you think it would be?
Guacamole.
Guacamole. Hey,
I can eat guacamole at any time of day. I spoon feed myself guacamole.
So like the whipped cream, but instead for you, it's guacamole.
Whipped guacamole.
Ooh, you ever whip your guacamole?
I haven't done that yet.
Oh, jeez. Alex, any food you think is appropriate during sex?
I've thought about honey before, but that gets
honey.
messy.
See, this guy grows the honey. That's the way to do it.
They get like really sticky. But I mean, I've done like whipped cream.
It usually does anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
I've done the whipped cream thing, but then it gets messy, and then I'm like...
I don't mess with food. I saw this Jerry Springer episode I remember as a kid. It scarred me for life. It was people who have sex and food, and they inflated an inflatable pool and then filled it with cream corn.
Ew.
And then took
What is this? I don't even.
then took a jet, like a little jet bubbler thing, and then turned it into like a cream corn hot tub.
Andy.
We're doing that after the show, guys. If you want to hop in the cream corn hot tub, sponsored by Bacardi.
And Rolling Rock.
And Rolling Rock. Yeah, so that has scarred me, and food will never integrate into my lovemaking. But, you know, that's fun stuff. So dating-wise, going out on a date, Penny, what would you think is some of the do's and don'ts when it comes to food and dating? Or dates, like actual dates?
Well,
like a restaurant, should you split it?
Well, if the guy wants to pay, then let him pay, because that's your wallet for the night. But, you know, I'm a strong, independent woman. Fair. I pay for my own tacos.
Okay, nice. See?
So I will, no, it's happened before, though, where, like, it's like that awkward moment where you're, like, looking at a guy and you're like, do you pay? I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it's at, like, the last, like, kind of Tinder date I went on, I just, like, paid for it myself, because I really was like, you know what? You're okay, but you're not worthy enough to be my wallet. So.
There you go. Have you ever done, like, the Lady and the Tramp with a taco? I've always wanted to do that. I think that would be a really sweet moment.
No, because I want it
after the show.
Or hell, any meal for that matter.
There you go. We'll do a cream corn hot tub. Everybody catch us in the cream corn hot tub a little later.
But I don't like sharing food.
Oh, you're not a food sharer. See, my girlfriend, who I love very much, she is one of those people who is like, no, I'm good. I don't want to try. I'm like, you want some? You want to try it? No. 5 minutes go by. Can I go buy it? Or just takes a bite and just take it. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I
share.
I have like a lot of food restrictions that are not like, you know, it's like out of my control. You having celiac, so it's really hard to go on dates and go to restaurants and be like, is this gluten free?
Yeah. Are you we don't
Celiac.
know. Yeah.
Celiac,
We can
yeah.
get into celiac later. Paleo diets. I don't know. That's weird stuff. I don't know anything about that.
Gluten-free isn't exactly paleo. You could, but it's more like not eating bread, which is apparently celiac is a disability in the DSM.
Crazy.
So that's my disability.
Well, I'm lactose, so I guess I can get maybe I don't know. Who knows? But yeah. So what would you say overall is a good piece of dating advice that you would want to give someone?
Just don't rush it.
See?
Take your time.
Take your time, because every time you rush, it just it's gonna fall apart, and it creates an illusion of thinking, oh, this is real, and then it can burn, and once it burns out, it really just fucks you up. So I think my best advice is to just let it happen if it's supposed to happen.
And relating to food, you can't rush through a recipe.
You can't rush a slow cooker.
There you go. That's it. That's the advice. You can't rush a slow cooker, everybody. Hey, Elizabeth, you want to come on over? So Penny, you want to hang out with us for a little bit longer? We're going to be talking.
Yeah.
You mind scooching in? Yeah, so I mean, I think that's some great dating advice. If you guys are looking for dates, I think next season we're gonna do a dating show. Let's try. Let's go. Oh, you can't block the toys.
By the way, I'm
sorry.
sorry.
All right, so it's a show and tell. We're gonna try some. Everybody want to eat some? All right, so I got some sprouts.
It's okay.
Some sprouts and stuff. All right, we got a camera on this.
Free.
You guys eating?
I'm
this?
watching you. I want to see your reaction.
Andy.
So now you've eaten sprouts.
That's good.
Nice.
It's good. Yeah. I taste the dressing. Mm-hmm. This is great. So yeah, I'm just gonna put some chips and sprouts on my papers. And I didn't have any on my lip. Mm-hmm. So yeah, eating while doing a show is not a good idea because you got to talk with your mouth full, and I'm trying to be respectful. But let's
dude.
So let's get back into the talk. So how do you guys So speaking of farming and everything like we're talking about, one thing I always think about, we talked a little bit about it earlier, is sustainability. And so, in the coming world we're living in, I think that's more and more what people are looking for going forward. I think people are looking to create not only a way to feed themselves and nourish themselves, but a way to do it that is going to last forever. Now, with beekeeping, what are some of the stuff that you integrate that keeps it sustainable or longer lasting?
Well, we reuse a lot of the equipment. Like there's some equipment that I have that's older than me.
Yeah.
And we're constantly building the stuff ourselves. And you can reuse a hive many years over. And even just the bees themselves, like when you winter them over, they'll end up being stronger the next year. And if they're healthy the whole year, you can make them last the next year even. So the biggest sustainability issue for us that we try is just keeping the bees alive through the winter and strong enough through the year, just to get that same hive going as much as you can.
Yeah, because you're just building off the same.
They're building off of themselves.
Basically. Yeah, because bees are hive mind, and they're all building.
And there's another thing that when bees, they're making more bees all the time. So they'll often get too many
the birds
for
and the bees.
Yeah, they'll definitely get too big for their hive. So a thing you can do is create an entire new hive just by taking parts of one hive.
Is there fat bees? What's the biggest bee you've ever seen? Well,
biggest honeybee is the queen.
Yeah,
because she's got the big rump.
She's thick,
just like Queen Bee.
Mm-hmm. And but the drones, the males who do nothing but impregnate.
Yeah.
They're big and fat. They're noticeably different than the workers, and the workers are what you typically recognize.
Yeah. That's cool. That's very cool. So obviously we know with you, Elizabeth, you're taking plastic bags and crocheting baskets. So
they're good for growing plants in too, just regular garden style.
Yeah. Is your apartment just kind of? I feel like a lot of reused containers with plants growing out of them.
It's definitely been that way. It's a little bit different now because I'm moving soon. So a lot of stuff is on the down low. But in general, reused bags and baskets and containers full of plants. Reused stuff that I'm making into art somehow, or things that were trash, stuff off the street,
Yeah, I love it. That's really awesome. Penny.
Yeah.
Dating. What sort of sustainability do you look for in dating?
Oh, sustainability in dating.
Yeah.
They can buy me tacos and feed it as long as I don't share it.
Fair. There you go.
Is that
then you always continuously have a taco, I guess.
Yeah, continuously have a taco, and they can stuff my taco.
Oh, jeez. It's X-rated here on DIY. We got no censors. I could say swears if I wanted to.
Yeah, same here.
But hashtag stuff my taco.
But yeah, so we're still talking here. I got one last question for all three of you.
Okay.
So I've had a great time talking. We're still going to be here for a little bit longer. We got a bunch more. So what would be a small thing maybe someone could take away from what you do, and what would be a piece of advice you'd give someone starting out or trying to get in sort of farming and growing their own food? We can start with you, Alex.
The biggest thing is like try not to get discouraged when things don't go your way, because you're basically manipulating nature.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I'm trying to tell 100,000 bees what to do, and it doesn't always work. And sometimes they fight you back.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
There's a lot of times where you're like, all that work, but you just keep going at it. You try your best, and you eventually, odds are, it's going to keep going if you keep trying.
And that's great. And I think that's the same. I've said that a lot here on the show. This is the 5th time I've tried to make this show, and it finally happened. And so, you fall down, you get up, back up again. Chumbawamba always knows. They always know. Tub thumping always knows. But I think that's a great piece of advice, and I think that's awesome. So Elizabeth, how about you? What sort of advice would you give?
I guess like what I've just been trying to show the whole time I've been here today is that you can get started with basically nothing. Like the idea of like you can grow your own food just from getting some seeds from the grocery store. Like those seeds weren't even like real garden seeds. They were like mustard seeds you were supposed to make into mustard, and mung beans that you were supposed to cook.
Yeah.
And that was like maybe $2 worth of stuff as opposed to like actually putting together a whole garden. And so like you can get started from pretty much nowhere as long as you actually like just get in and do it. Like that's what you're talking about, calling some people out.
At the top of the show, yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing I'm trying to say with this episode. I think I came into it thinking about we're going to talk about how to grow kale and what's the coolest vegetable right now. Beets, I think.
Not for me.
Beets are pretty cool, but
beets are delicious.
Yeah, avocado is probably the hippest fruit.
Avocados are.
They have a seed, right? That counts.
Yeah,
it's a fruit.
But
you can regrow avocados.
But yeah, you can regrow an avocado. But that's the thing, we're talking about the ground up. You take something from the dirt. I mean, I built this with just an idea, and I was like, hey, buddy, you want to do this? Hey, you want to do this? The Muppets. We talk about the Muppets a lot on the show. Kermit came out of the swamp, got a bus, got a bunch of people together, put on a show. That's what we're trying to do here. I just got out of the swamp. It's great. But yeah, I think that's awesome advice, and I want to thank you again for coming on. So Penny, last on the block. So I know, it's kind of hard, with the dating advice, but for you, we talked about not rushing it, right?
Yeah, don't rush it.
So how about this? Let me ask you this. What's your favorite food? I asked these two guys.
Wait, didn't
Guacamole? Is it guacamole?
It's tacos.
Tacos. So if anybody wants to make nice with Penny, I guess just bring her some tacos.
Slowly.
Some guac, some swirl.
The guacamole goes on the taco.
Fair. Are you into baby bird style feeding? No?
No. It's
So
just like
there's a line.
Yeah.
Not baby bird
style. You can
style.
just like stuff it in my face.
Fair.
You can do that in the cream corn hot tub.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
Cream corn hot tub later. We'll be stuffing tacos in each other's mouths. So on that note, we're gonna go to a quick cutaway. When we come back, we got a live performance of Snowhaus. Let's check it out.
The show is so good. It dropped off when the original creators left.
What does he do now?
He was a marine biologist. That's where he realizes that Squidward likes Krabby Patties.
What are you doing in the patty bowl?
Like Krabby Patties.
Oh, that face is so
yeah, that face is like his whole face goes into fire.
Yeah, I'll go to his thighs.
Yeah, and then you'll explode.
We are Tundra Stomper, and this is Sound It Out.
If I had a clue what my body needs, I'd find a way to buy something clean till my ass is blue, appendages right. I'll fill my gut for 270. If I'm making do with what I've got, what keeps me alive becomes my favorite thing. So my trail been full with parasites. I don't deserve
It was like cymbals and like hubcaps and like some broken bottles and shit. I put it in a big cardboard box and then recorded myself dumping it onto a concrete floor. Yeah. And it's like, get off. Yeah, it's in there. That's on the album. You can listen for that one. There's gonna be more trash sounds on our new one for sure.
Here on DIY the show, my name is Andrew Lowry, and we were definitely paying attention, so I've been having a great time hanging out with you all, and right here at the end of the show, I usually like to say what I learned today. So we're talking about food and farming. Had a great time hanging out with Elizabeth, Alex, and Penny, as well as Carby and Jim, as always. But, you know, for me, food, farming, sustainability, like I was saying at the top of the show, it's about growing it from the ground up. You think you can't do it, you think you can't, you got dirt, you got sand, you got some fertilizer, you got some water, you got some sunlight, you got some plastic bags you can knit into a crazy basket. I'm going to take some pictures of that, share them online. You can check it out. Elizabeth also does events. We're going to share that as well. You can take her classes, learn some more from her. Alex makes honey. Maybe you can find it on the internet. Maybe you just find his music. We're going to share that along later too as well. So at the end of the show, I always like to leave you something. Here's what I want to say. You're beautiful, you're cute, you're amazing. You could grow whatever you want. Be sustainable, make it last. What you're trying to do, think about the legacy, and we go from there. So, you know, I wanted to let our live band play for the day. We've had Snowhaus here. Hey, Snowhaus, how's it going, guys? What's going on? So, without further ado, I'm going to give you a live performance from Snowhaus live here on DIY the show.
This is called They Don't End Pretty. I just found out I've been talking to myself. That little guy on my shoulder's got a pretty big mouth. I'm having a pretty good time in the basement. I don't think the neighbors mind. Time wasted while we're wasted. Time wasted while we're wasted. I've been having a pretty good time in the basement. I don't think the neighbors mind. Time wasted while we're wasted. Time wasted while we're wasted. Neighbors mind, time wasted while we're wasted. Time wasted while I've been having a pretty good time in the basement. I don't think the neighbors mind. Time wasted while we're wasted. Time wasted while we're
Let's hear it out. Let's get a good, nice round of applause going. Snowhaus in the building, everybody. Snowhaus in the building. So thank you guys so much for performing for us. High fives, high fives. We all like high fives. So check out Snowhaus on the internet. So you got any music out right now? Where can you find your music?
You can find our music online, Spotify, Bandcamp, whatever.
Yeah, just Google search Snowhaus. They rule. They're in Amherst. You're gonna check them out. I want to bring what's up? Andrew, I'll give you a high five. I missed Andrew. I'm sorry. Andrew on Andrew, high five, everybody. Live here on DIY. So I want to bring out my guests real quick. We got Penny, we got Elizabeth, we got Alex. I want to thank you all for watching. I got Sunny Jim. Carby, are you getting over here? Carby is running over here too. So, you know, each week on DIY the show, I try to have a ridiculous amount of fun, and I try to make you laugh and smile as well as teach you a couple of things. I hope I did that this week. We're going to be back next week. I forgot what we talk about next week, but I will be promoting it very much so. So without further ado, I want to take you out. Sunny Jim, you want to play a song for us? Hey, you've been watching DIY. Let's party. Yeah, dance. Get fit.